Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we have a special topic to discuss Ramadan, the holy month observed by Muslims around the world. Ramadan is a month of fasting, supplication, reflection, and community. It holds immense religious significance for Muslims and is considered one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Let's delve deeper into the practices and beliefs associated with this auspicious month. It is obligatory for all adult Muslims who are not severely or chronically ill, traveling elderly, breastfeeding, diabetic, or menstruating to fast from dawn until dusk. The meal before dawn is known as suhoor, while the evening meal that breaks the fast is called iftar. The spiritual rewards of fasting are believed to be heightened during Ramadan. Therefore, during fasting hours, Muslims not only refrain from food and drink, but also tobacco, sexual relations, and misconduct, dedicating themselves instead to prayer and contemplation of the Quran. Muslims hold that all scripture was revealed during Ramadan, the scrolls of Abraham, Torah, Psalms, Gospel, and Quran having been handed down on the 1st, 6th, 12th, 13th, and 24th Ramadans. Prophet Muhammad is said to have received his first Quranic revelation on Laylat al-Qadr, one of 5 odd-numbered nights that fall during the last 10 days of Ramadan. There are 2 methods to determine the beginning and end of the month of Ramadan. The traditional method. This involves physically sighting the crescent moon, marking the start of Ramadan, and the crescent moon marking the end of Ramadan, which then marks the beginning of Shawwal. The calculation method. In some cases, if a sighting is not possible or difficult due to weather conditions or other factors, communities may rely on astronomical calculations to determine the start and end of Ramadan. In this method, if no reliable sighting is made on the 30th night of Sha'aban, then Ramadan begins automatically after completing 30 days for Sha'aban. Laylat al-Qadr, also known as the Night of Power, is considered the most important night for Muslims. It is believed to happen on an odd-numbered night during the last 10 days of Ramadan. During Ramadan, Muslims engage in spiritual reflection, self-improvement, and increased devotion to God. They are expected to follow the teachings of Islam more diligently. The fast begins at dawn and ends at sunset. Apart from abstaining from eating and drinking during this time, Muslims also avoid engaging in intimate relations and speaking or behaving inappropriately. Fasting is believed to redirect the heart away from worldly activities, purifying the soul by freeing it from harmful impurities. Muslims view Ramadan as a time to practice self-discipline, self-control, sacrifice, and empathy towards those who are less fortunate. This encourages acts of generosity and mandatory charity, zakat. Fasting is also seen as a way to develop empathy for those who do not have enough food. There are exceptions to fasting, such as for travelers, menstruating women, those who are seriously ill, pregnant women, or breastfeeding mothers. However, some individuals in these categories may still choose to fast in order to fulfill their spiritual needs, even though it is not recommended by religious teachings. Those unable to fast are required to make up for the missed days later on. During Ramadan, Muslims have a pre-fast meal called suhoor before dawn. They then perform the first prayer of the day. At sunset, families break their fast with a meal called iftar. It starts with eating dates and is followed by the 4th daily prayer Maghrib. Iftar often involves social gatherings and buffet-style meals. Traditional dishes and desserts specific to Ramadan are served. Water is commonly consumed during iftar, but there may also be juice, milk, soft drinks, and caffeinated beverages available. The meal consists of water, juices, dates, salads, appetizers, main dishes, and desserts. Zakat, often referred to as the poor rate, is a mandatory practice in Islam where believers are required to give a portion of their income to the needy. It is considered one of the pillars of Islam. During Ramadan, Muslims believe that good deeds are more greatly rewarded than at any other time of the year. As a result, many Muslims choose to give a larger portion or even all of their annual zakat during this month. Fasting during Ramadan is generally safe for healthy individuals, but may pose risks for those with certain pre-existing conditions. Pregnant and lactating women, as well as the elderly and prepubertal children, are exempt from fasting. There are potential health benefits, such as improved insulin sensitivity and reduced cardiovascular risk factors. However, heavy food and water intake during suhoor and iftar times can have negative effects. It is advised that individuals with medical conditions seek medical advice before fasting. Some studies suggest a decline in performance among athletes during Ramadan. In certain Muslim nations, it is considered illegal to eat in public during the daytime hours of Ramadan. Furthermore, countries like Egypt prohibit the sale of alcohol during this month. Some nations implement adjusted work schedules during Ramadan. For instance, in the UAE, employees are limited to working 6 hours per day and a total of 36 hours per week. Qatar, Oman, Bahrain, and Kuwait have similar regulations in place. During the month of Ramadan, there is a significant shift in our mindset and actions. The atmosphere is filled with religious devotion, motivating us to engage in acts of goodness and reflect on our shortcomings. We become more dedicated to our prayers, strive to understand the teachings of Islam, exhibit respect towards elders, show kindness to the younger generation, and demonstrate empathy towards those less fortunate. Our ultimate goal is to improve ourselves as individuals and as Muslims in all aspects of life. It is widely recognized that Ramadan is a time when Allah bestows His blessings, forgives sins, and grants salvation to those who seek it with sincerity and righteousness. As we come to the end of this video, we want to express our gratitude for joining us on this journey through Ramadan. We hope that the information shared has brought you closer to understanding the beauty and significance of this holy month. If you found this video informative and meaningful, we encourage you to like, subscribe, and share our channel. By doing so, you will help us reach more individuals who can benefit from learning about Islam and its practices. Thank you again for your support. May your hearts be filled with joy as we celebrate Eid al-Fitr together. From all of us here at Gossip Islam, Ramadan Mubarak.